just came back from data log for my new pump. So this is gonna be a quick little review video. As you guys know, well, as you guys don't know, my car broke down again. So I'm just gonna keep this short because I got a longer video interviewing Nate of exactly what happened. So basically, all you guys with the 9th Gen SI that want to get the DW400 drop-in fuel pump kit, you're gonna have to wire it directly to your battery. You can't use the stock factory wiring because I'll show you why. Because I'm gonna post a picture up now. So as you guys can see, the stock fuel pump uses a 15 amp fuse. DW requires between 16 and 20. So let's just say 20 amps. So when we first installed they didn't include any instructions. No instructions. So basically I had to find out that it requires 20 amp fuse at least, and probably if you're gonna still use the factory amp socket, 20 amps, and you have to upgrade the wiring. But they didn't leave any instructions. No notes like, hey, this requires 20 amps. So we had to find it the hard way. Car broke down again last Thursday, and when that happened, I hit up Nate, hit up Jose. We talked, tried to troubleshoot, but I broke down on the highway. It was actually after I did my data log to send to my tuner Derek. So did a final pull, and I'll post that up right now. So yeah, I did a final pull, and car broke down, shut off. The engine was still running, but I was getting no response with the gas pedal, whatever. Towed it home, looked underneath, saw the blown fuse. So we were trying to troubleshoot here and there, and big shout out to Nate, man. So he was there Wednesday. So MercRacing to my house is 6 hours one way, so 12 hours round trip. He was there Wednesday and was back at the house on Friday. So customer service was spectacular. You know, he's actually the one that was like, hey, I'm just gonna come back up here so we can solve this issue. I didn't even bring it up. You know, I never once in my mind was like, hey, I was gonna ask him, hey, can you come right back up? Because he drove 24 hours in 3 days. So came up Friday, worked on it, did most of the work, found out a lot of the issues that we were having, fixed it. Got him a hotel, stayed up here for the night, did some data logging. Car runs great. Sent some tunes to my tuner Derek, and Derek now, he sent me a little tune, so I did more data log, just finished that now, and I'm gonna send it to him tonight, so hopefully he'll have something for me tomorrow. But big shout outs to Jose and Nate and MercRacing for helping me out during this issue, during this time, especially to Nate, man, great customer service. So guys, if you guys in the East Coast, I can't iterate this enough. Hit up MercRacing, man. They're the only people allowed to touch my car. They would take care of your car. They would treat your car like it's your own vehicle, as their own vehicle. And they're just great people, man. Great group of guys. So shout out to Nate again. But yeah, that's just a quick update. We'll post the video that I did with Nate, the interview. It's around like 10-15 minutes, so this video is gonna be about 20 minutes long. So if I suggest you guys, you know, he was very informative, so watch the whole video. You guys will learn a lot, especially if any of you guys that are planning on using the DW400 pump. He explains what he did. Basically, we ran the pump with the battery because my battery's through the battery because my battery is located in the back, and he added another relay. Anyways, he explains it. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm gonna take it to the next video. So till next time. All right, guys, we got Nate from MercRacing again. Today's a different day. It isn't the same day that I posted up the video. This is what, 3 days after?
Yeah, just about now.
3 days now. He stayed over the night. So yeah, tell him what happened, man.
Oh man, so we go and replace the fuel pump. All that goes relatively smoothly. Turn the car on, everything seems to be working as normal. I leave for the night, drive 5 hours back home, and I wake up the next morning to a text. Oh, I'm on the side of the road again.
Yep.
Blown fuel pump fuse and sputtering after the fuse is replaced. Or, no, I think I just came down as soon as the fuse was blown, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I wake up, I go to bed that night, wake up at 5 in the morning, drive another 5 hours over here, and take the pump out, fix the wiring with or replace the fuse. Then as I'm diagnosing stuff, I'm just double checking to make sure everything is behaving all right. Turns out the nylon tubes from the DW400c sending unit, they use nylon instead of rubber tubes, which nothing wrong with that. It's just when we went to our Dash 8 fitting, the barbs on that weren't quite large enough, so the actual tube is bigger than the barb that we put in. So I thought we could sort of make up for that with clamp. Didn't happen to be the case. Tried replacing the clamp. I tried doing another clamp, and at this point I was just bench testing the pump in the car and just priming it while the top, I had a AN block off cap, just to sort of test pressure to make sure that everything wasn't going to leak afterwards. So even though our sputtering was not caused by our lack of fuel pressure, because we still were holding a good 60-65 psi, it would have been an issue later on, and obviously we don't want leaks. So I replaced that with some rubber fuel line and proper clamps. That all fit up really nice. Again, bench tested that, and then proceeded to panic after the car started sputtering again after we reinstalled the thing. So the sputtering this time was just a simple thing. We had bypassed the gauges that are off of the same fuse that runs your fuel pump. Once that was installed, we realized that we didn't have ethanol content showing on the ECU because the gauge wasn't powered. Powered the gauge, ethanol content went back to where it's supposed to, and everything ran all right. And we went on our test drive, everything ran fine. We were pretty happy. And then I said, okay, this pump draws 16 to 20 amps. Mm-hmm. And what's it called? So stock fuse is 15 amps. You're probably gonna pop the fuse or overheat the circuit. So I happen to have relay and relay holder. So we set up a fuel pump relay for him. So now the old fuel pump circuit is just switching a relay, and now your fuel pump is ran directly off of the battery. So that's all set up now, so now you should be good for whatever pump you want. And not that we're going to have to really upgrade again, but now fuel line is good, pump is good, power should be good. Obviously that fuse really isn't stressed out anymore now because it's 15 amps. The power relay is really, you only need like half an amp to do that. So you should be pretty good now, so I'm pretty excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, so yeah, man, it's been because yeah, the day it broke down again. It's fucking cold as shit outside. I think it dropped down to below freezing. So I was waiting in the car. The sun started going down, and it was just getting cold. And I was on the phone with Nate. We were trying to troubleshoot, but there was only certain things that I could do on the highway. Only thing I really checked was the fuses underneath the hood. So yeah, much appreciated for you coming down again. Yeah. I know that's it's a hike because I know how it feels, man. I've been down to you guys' shop quite a few times, and it's not terrible. It's just if you're by yourself, it kind of gets boring.
Yeah, you're sitting in the same place for 5 hours. It just sort of gets to you a little bit. But,
yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, in the first place, I should have probably tested the car a little bit more before I left. I know it was getting late. We were trying to get home. That night that we did the install, I came over with my sister, and we didn't get home until 5:30 in the morning. So, I mean, it's not really an excuse, but I definitely should have tested a little bit more before I left for that night. But you know, it's one of those things. We live, we learn, we make mistakes. We learn from them, and if anything, you actually got another job done, which we weren't going to do in the first place.
Yeah.
So now we have the fuel pump relay. So now all that's gone or taken care of, and just finished testing the car. Did some data logs. We're gonna send that to your tuner, Derek, over at IMW, and see if there's any changes he wants to make. We already adjusted fuel pressure back to where it was, and I mean, realistically, it's pretty simple. It's just a fuel pump and a relay job, but it's a lot of small stuff. Just
yeah. I wish they would have told us, like, gave us some instructions that this fuel pump.
Yeah, they definitely, DW400c doesn't put any writing down as far as what I could easily find online.
Yeah.
For an install guide and stuff like that. Realistically, their install guide is just, pull out the old one, put the new one in, run your fuel line, done.
It won't work.
Realistically, should be okay. There's plenty of, back when I used to do RSX stuff, where we ran it on stock fuel pump stuff, and realistically our issue was not blowing fuel pump fuses, it was not having enough power to feed the pump through the stock wiring. Yeah. So now we're not going to run into either of those issues with your car anymore, or at all.
Yeah, so anyone that's running the DW400c drop-in cage kit for the 9th gen, you need 16 to 20 amps fuse. It just draws more current. It just you need it. I'll post up pictures of that fuse that blew. Yeah. That thing melted, guys. It went. The plastic was completely melted. That thing was destroyed. So that's one thing you guys have to change, and or just go like Nate did. Go the route where you did your own independent circuit with it, so we don't have to worry about it. But other than that, car runs great now. We did a couple pulls. Yeah, I just can't wait to do the future mods that I've planned for this thing. So yeah, it's around what, 1 o'clock now? 1, 2 o'clock. I don't want to keep Nate. He does have a drive. So much appreciated, Nate. And if you guys want to, hey, if you guys need any work, like I said in my last video, MercRacing's been great. They know this platform. They know 8th gens, any car basically, Audis, whatever they work on, they could get that done for you guys. And it seems like they don't mind, depending on the size of the job, you guys don't mind going to a customer site, correct?
Yeah. Usually, you know, time being allowed is, I'm usually the one that would probably be doing that. Yeah. But we do have our special projects and stuff like that. We have Barry up north even further. We have another guy you guys have probably seen, is a K-Swaps NSX. We're not really doing work on it per se, but we come up and check every once in a while when we're checking in on Barry. We'll be there for Barry's dyno day, hopefully Hans's dyno day. It's definitely, you know, these guys have been very helpful for us for learning the platform. Obviously, they drop their cars off at our place so that we can do the installs. So, you know, once our hands sort of touch a car, it stops becoming just their car. Yeah. in a sense, it definitely, you know, adds somebody to a part of the family. Yeah. Which, you know, is always really appreciated. To just the fact that somebody's willing to let you trust them with their car is definitely not a small thing to ask of somebody. So we're definitely very appreciative.
Yeah, it comes down to trust, man. You know, there's some shops that I've said in my last video. There's some shops that I will never leave my car with them because they do a lot of half-ass work. But you guys do the best job I've seen. You know, it's crazy how you guys are very meticulous. Is that the right word? Meticulous. You know, with, you know, modding the car, making sure everything's right, everything fits right, no half-ass work. You know, it's been great, guys. So, like I said, shout out to MercRacing. If you guys need some work done, hit them up. But yeah, I think that's it, man. Car runs great. Just gonna wait for the see what my tuner says, and probably do some pool videos here in the future.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right.
Till next time, guys.
All right. Thanks, guys.